Right, we're live. Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back to the Kiwi Lads channel. We are back for another match of the Women's Rugby World Cup 2021/2. It was supposed to be in 2021, delayed by a year, but the excitement has been building ever since Australia versus New Zealand, a trans-Tasman rivalry, which always seems to find itself kind of creeping into every sport, doesn't it? They are actually considered the home team for this match. Fun fact, yeah. Believe it or not. So pretty much the way that it's written, as you can see, Australia W is the home side for this game. Even though it's at Eden Park, it does still mean that they are going to be considered at home, and they will be probably not really welcomed like they are at home, unfortunately, for the Australian women's side. These two sides have played each other twice in recent history, and both times completely different results. Second one a lot closer than the first. We have got Rice in the chat, Steve Cooper, sweet as also. We've got the eerie feeling as well. That's the thing. I think Australia are going to be a lot closer in this game than a lot of people are probably anticipating, because they got close in the last game up against the Black Ferns. They'll feel that little bit of confidence start to go through. Ruby Tui, she decided to die half her head for this matchup, as you do. Mm-hmm. Now, I believe the New Zealand women's side are about to do the haka. And also we have got the New Zealand as well, says Sebastian, so he's going for the Kiwis. Sebastian. And that's one Australia versus West Indies today. It certainly is. It's taking place a little bit later on. Also at the moment, New Zealand versus Pakistan in the T20. That is taking place. New Zealand batting first after 4 balls, sitting 5 for none. We will keep you guys updated on what is happening in that matchup as well. You want me to clear some space for you? There you go. Perfect. I'll just move this just in case it falls. But do you want to be in charge of the yellow and red cards for this match?
Oh, I won't need them.
You don't think?
No.
You think everyone's going to tackle legally in this game?
Of course I am.
Okay. I'll just put those over here for safekeeping for now. I think we're going to need them. Told you, common enemy. There's Sebastian. And then I all from Bangladesh. There's Roman. Hope you are doing very well, mate. Do let me know who you think will be able to get the victory in this matchup. Looking through Ruby Tui, she's looking angry, isn't she? But this is the Australian side, seeing as they are the home side considered for this match. We'll look through them first. If you are a fan of Sevens, the only real name you'll recognise in this bunch is Shani Williams, an extremely experienced Sevens player. She's dangerous. She's got the rainbow headgear. You'll be able to spot her from about a mile away, but also some very strong players in that backline. Mackenzie at first 5, also Wong and Tarita out on the wings. Gonna be exciting. See what they can do in this contest. Then for New Zealand, once again, speaking of Sevens, if you know your Sevens, you know Ruby Tui, Stacey Flula, and also and their Portia women and Sarah Hirani. So a few of them making their way in there. Australia marching forward while New Zealand are doing the haka. They're marching up to the halfway line. And it looks like New Zealand, well and truly meeting the challenge head on. But also, Makeli too, I think, is going to be one to watch out for New Zealand in that 4 back, and then the very elusive Cox Edge at number 9. But those are the sides. Looking through at the benches, we will look through at them very quickly before we get underway in this contest. Little bit of, I'd say, big power for both of these sides coming off the bench. Just whether or not they use them late or early, because we have seen in the last game, England were very decisive with when they decided to bring on their bench players. These two sides, they're going to play at a fast pace. Sorry, I haven't stopped talking. I'm quite excited. Who do you think's winning it? Do you think the Kiwis have got it in them?
Yep.
You sure?
Yeah, but every time I say that, you've got to back the home side.
But that's Australia.
What?
According to the... yeah, so you're saying Australia's going to win?
No, but the Silver Fern.
And Go New Zealand says Noah.
Exactly.
And yes, sweet as. So... Gonna be exciting to see what happens there. I think someone was about to do some commentary, and then Scotty Robinson just said, nah, let me handle this one, and he has jumped onto the microphone.
It's quite exciting. I haven't seen it. Women's 15s game for ages.
Probably not in full anyway.
No.
I know you've seen snippets when you have been at the pub, or not the pub. Shani Williams. She's 0 years old.
Catholic? Is she there?
No, she's not.
Oh,
I know that was.
Who likes?
Oh, like every single male in our chat. Did you see that Shani Williams' age is 0?
Was it?
Yeah. I thought she was a bit older than that. But Any backspin, says Nuzzy Williams. Well, at the moment, New Zealand going all right.
Yeah.
Pakistan not quite bowling it in the regions that they need. And let's go. Black Ferns says, no, mum, and come on, Black Ferns. And in Australia, you can see like 50 points. Last game in Australia, no. Or was it? I know that the second match of the series, they didn't concede as many. The first match in the series, though, they did concede quite a few points. But the second game, I think it was only about a 10-point margin, which is exactly what they'll want once again here. And Lol says Dallin there. Right. Here we go, Australia. They will be kicking off this one, moving from right to left as we look at it. Maybe they don't. I don't want to reveal her real age and embarrass her. She is a little bit older than some of the other girls in the side. Yeah, she's been around for a while, Shani Williams. But yeah, like I mentioned, rainbow headgear. You'll see her almost from here. You just wait. You'll see the headgear, a little bit of skill, spinning the ball on the finger. Let's see if she's got the skill while we're out in general play. Arabella McKenzie. Yeah, she is. I spotted her already. She's like, where's Wally? There she is.
I remember you guys used to play that.
Now it's kicked off. It's got a hit and he takes it nicely. So New Zealand going to have themselves the first possession of this match.
They dropped it.
Already in the scrum feed now going to be in favour of Australia. So New Zealand giving them an early chance here. Bit of a mistake from, I believe it was Demant. They dropped that one, and you can't say anything anymore about upsetting someone in bloody gentlemanly manners. And there as well, here's Sebastian. See, I was last live stream, it was all right because you were here to tell me what was and wasn't allowed to be said. But like, you know, you want to say how much size a prop's got to her in a good way, but you feel like you're going to offend someone by saying that, so you don't want to, but you want to say she's a tank, you know. She go all right, and also really drops you already. Pretty much first phase of the game. Yes. Oh, scrum reset. Right, we don't want any more of those. There we go.
Okay.
Rainbow headgear, Shani Williams. Watch out for it. She's quite mean. She can be. And yeah, True Seb says Golden gets currently New Zealand sitting 14 for none off 1.4 overs as well. They did end up batting first. Right. Who do you think's first try scorer material in this contest?
Try scoring material. Ruby Tilby and Portia Williams.
Decent shout. I'm going to say Shannon Perry for the first try of the game.
Who's she?
Along with the yellow headgear. I like yellow. Shani Williams now going to break her way through. Now recycled nicely for the Aussies, moving almost up to the 22. Got to be careful here, New Zealand. Latipa Sanga passes off now. Shani Williams pins the ears back, although they're already pinned down to her head with the headgear on. 15 out. Once again, Australia just driving hard. Cox Edge. Get in there. Up to 5 phases, still building out in front of the post. A little bit of an arm coming through there. McKenzie now on the outside. Nice bit of a step in the midfield. That was from Fredericks. Australia doing well with the ball in their hands. New Zealand, they gave it up in their first phase. Australia, they're up to 9. Well, in fact, 8. Sorry. Oh, that's an awkward neck bend, but she's got the ball there. Doing very nicely, Luca Connor. And also, Tui has to score, surely, says Sebastian. And also, let's go girls, says Obi. And who won the Super Rugby NZ for the girls? I know Fiji draw one Aussie Super Rugby, so I believe New Zealand was one. Did the Hurricanes? I'm going to have to look that up. I think I missed the final. I can't remember what we were doing during that final, but we did miss it. Super Rugby Aupiki. No, Super Rugby Aupiki. Winner. Oops, that's not how you spell winner. Yeah, so the Chiefs crowned Super Rugby champs. I thought it was the case. I think they actually showed the full match replay on YouTube as well, which is quite cool. Come on, New Zealand. Says Gareth there. Line out throw for Luca Connor, the one who managed to get the turnover. Initially, nicely taken by New Zealand in the line out time. 30 metres out from the line now, head and knee. She is one of those key figures in any team that she plays in. She plays for the Hurricanes throughout Super Rugby Aupiki. Now a nice offload. Ruby Tui getting involved with the new red here. Saw a book at the warehouse the other day.
Mm.
Can't remember what it was called. It was
Okay.
something simple though,
Mm.
like mean as. No, not mean as. It was something like that. Now Luca kind of around the side. She is one to watch out for in this game.
Already.
Now around the side of the breakdown, it's physical early. Rema has to make that tackle. Well, sorry, not make that tackle, but she made that run. It was Lafai.
Oh,
That's
come on.
another handling error from New
No,
Zealand.
sort that shit out.
It also wasn't average at the moment. Says that it was Obi. So we might be a little bit behind because he's actually only bowled one ball at the moment and he's gone for one run. And I was like, I am your mum. I predict New Zealand to win 25-15. What do you think? I see. Well, it's great to see you again, Lynn and Kevin, says Kevin. And Lynn, thank you very much. Hugely appreciate you being here. I think 25-15, that's not the first time I've heard someone say that scoreline.
Mm.
For me, I think New Zealand win it by 8. And I'm going to say it will be 30 to 22. Weird score, but we'll go with it. Oh, Wazim's just got a wicket. Nice. And Alan gone. Says over there. I think you jinxed him by saying he was average. And also she had a tough upbringing. Says Nuzzy Williams and also got it on Super Sport. Says Greg Galway. Now backline for Australia. McKenzie goes it off the fullback. And this one has a very good name. Risabali. The last name. They're big shots from the Aussies. They've come to play and they win the penalty as well. New Zealand. We've seen 2 handling errors and we've seen 1 penalty conceded so far for them in this matchup in 30-23. And there says Brandon Finn Allen in the cricket has been dismissed 13 off 8 deliveries for anyone wondering about that. McKenzie looking to kick it into touch now, 6 minutes into the game. Oh, tries to just keep it in, but that's going to be 5 meters out from the line. That is a sensational kick. And what an amateur shot. Tried to pull, got top edge. So they were in on Black Ferns to win, says that Kiwi lad in there as well. Now, Australia with a 5-meter line out here. Talakai. He's throwing this one in. If they can get this one straight, Australia's rolling maul. Dangerous. Who knows? Maybe my number 7, Shannon Perry, will get herself a shot. Okay. Fair enough. Okay. They had to check the numbers there.
Yep.
Make sure they had the even up there on the line out time. I live in Tinwald. There's the Kiwi lad there. Talakai.
The Kiwi lad.
Thrown into the front. Nicely taken by Naivwana. Ozamo and Ali smashed Wazim all over Karachi and Lahore. This is close for Australia now. As it's gone down New Zealand, I think they've managed to just do it legally, which is important, or as a penalty try. I mean, just around that corner, Talakai throws herself at the line now. Around the side again, couple meters out. They've got the advantage as well now. Going to use the back line. Flat run from Shani Williams. Goes down. Great tackle made on her. I believe it was Aimee Duplessis who's just managed to get out of there, right? Okay. So it was a good steal from New Zealand, but because they already had the advantage, it's going to be going back for the no-arms tackle. Okay, they might actually have to have another look at this then if it's a no-arms tackle. And also, we have got there wasn't got a hat trick a few days ago. There's it was Obi. And also we have got there, he's pretty average, not a deaf bowl at all, says Sebastian, for the man Wazim. That was close, wasn't it? For the Australians. They're going to be kicking for the corner again. They've decided they want to be physical. They want to be aggressive. Something that we do see sometimes from the All Blacks versus Wallabies matches. They know that 3-pointers aren't going to win them this game with a side as clinical as New Zealand when they get it right, which they haven't yet throughout the opening 8 minutes of this fixture. But Talakai going to throw it in. Portia Woodman trying to put her off. Did it work? No, it didn't. Not quite wonky enough. Now Australia, 5 meters out. Talakai is there also with her. I think Basanga waiting for it to possibly break away. This is looking very handy for them. She doesn't want to put her hands on the ball, though. Talakai has been told to use it now. I mean, Shani Williams once again decides that she wants to pierce the line. Now, that's kind of that sevens mentality of normally you've got to go one-on-one and you've got to break through. Man, they have numbers on the outside. They may not need them, though. Great tackle made by New Zealand, only 3 metres out. Desperate defence. How are they going to stop her? They've done well. Amy Rule makes that tackle. Now around the side. Sarah Hirini over the ball, almost in it. Now the back line for Australia starting to open up. It's a 2-on-1. She stretches, but she doesn't get there. Ruby Tui. Ooh, it's going to be the advantage. Did Tui do it illegally? Now, still around the side. Great tackle made. I believe that time it was Ruby Tui throwing everything into it. Luca Connor makes a nice tackle. Australia still hot on attack, though. Round the side now. Talakai gets close. I don't think I picked a try scorer because she keeps joining the breakdown. All right. Double blow of the whistle. You're going to be going back for an original knock-on. And cheers, David. And what are you watching this on? It is on Spark Sport here in New Zealand. And also we have got there, Brandon, and a chat from David, and cheers all. And also we have got, tell you what, the chat is going very quick. I feel like I've missed quite a bit. And just that little part. And it's nice to see someone who speaks the Ewok language. Says Sebastian.
You'll get rid of him, won't you?
No, he's a regular.
Oh, is he?
10 minutes into the game. Currently sitting 77% possession for Australia. Something that New Zealand cannot afford. Keep giving that ball back.
No, and they've done it twice.
I'm in our position 22.
They could be a bit nervous. I mean, this is huge. Rugby World Cup in their own country.
The biggest standalone crowd in history for women's rugby. Although it's interesting that they say the standalone crowd because a lot of the crowd were already there. Yeah. But it's a technicality, but it works in the New Zealanders' favour. Now back across. Nice run, great offload from Australia. Accelerating hard, LaFly. How is she not down yet? Now who wants this ball? It looks like it will be the big prop. Round she goes. She's close. Does she get it down? Held up. And it's going to be the goal line dropout. Ruby Tui's fired up at the moment. But New Zealand, Cox Edge thinks about taking it quickly. Decides against it. Right, New Zealand, this has got to be sapping the gas tank early. Hands on hips, hands on knees already. And not just as they're doing the haka again. 11.5 minutes through this contest. And also we have got the A, Gareth. There's someone to Gareth. Oh, that was Brandon. Welcome in, Gareth. Hope you're doing very well. Hi there, Kiwi lads. Although I feel New Zealand have the edge and win Australia is going to be strong today. They certainly are. They came in as $12 underdogs. I would have had it a lot closer than that. Australia. Now, going to be back across. Mati Basanga gets the offload. Australia, 10 metres out. Mackenzie does well, but the Asanga once again goes back across. 7 black offside. That's Sarah Hirini. Now short side. Shani Williams. I'm looking at her with her rainbow headgear. I'm thinking she'll have really a good crack here if she gets the pass, but instead it's going to be first of all, Nyama, should say. Oh, that's going to be dropped. Going back for the penalty. Number 7 offside. This is repeated infringements from the Black Ferns here. Not a forward anymore. She's confused, but normally if you're offside, you're offside. Good morning from Japan. Oh, sorry, from Germany. I don't know how I read Japan there. And also New Zealand's defence is fire. I've never seen the Black Ferns haka. Is it scary or strangely? There's Gareth. How would you
What do they call it? Kinky.
I'll let you answer that one.
No.
Back across the quick tap from Australia. Now looking for a corner. What a fan push. She tries to stop her. She won't. And it's going to be the try for Tarita. And New Zealand go down early in this World Cup opener for the two sides. Yeah. First, but maybe not the last for the Aussies.
No.
There's Tarita who does score it. I'm disappointed because I thought about choosing someone in the Aussie back line.
Oh.
But I went with someone who, I mean, if Shannon Perry scores in this World Cup, I think I'd be very surprised. Even if Australia score like 20 tries. Mugger, says Nazi Williams, and no, she's not mum. And also, hi, says Amelia, welcome in. Hope you are doing very well. All the way Black Fern says Clayton, a little bit earlier on. Now they've got to try and fire themselves back up, get back into the contest. But this is a perfect example of if you're not hanging on to the ball, how much it can cost you. New Zealand have gone from having kickoff received to 12 minutes of defence just from not being able to get that ball back.
I might jinx them if I was here.
Come on, the Wallaroos. See the meal again, Dan. Come on, girls. Says Golden Guest. And also lovely sunny day in Cape Town. Wonderful to see women playing rugby at such an awesome level, says Ruth. And there as well. Now it's going to be Bella McKenzie. No. Is that because New Zealand had a try scored against them, was it?
Come on, Wallabies. I know you're Australia, but come on. The Kiwi lads.
Reed Gareth's one there. That one hasn't been converted. 5 points to 0 at the moment now.
Not going to do that either.
Right, David. Says Sebastian, look at that. The action areas. New Zealand have only been in Australia's half for 7% of this game. 7. Oh, I hope you guys are well. Hopefully the All Blacks women's and turn this around. There's a rugby match. Hope you are doing too, or doing well too, I should say. Now another big run from the fly. Across the wall be Mati Basanga. Nice work. Oh, I don't know. Hands were down on the ground a little bit. Now Hirini might have a little bit of a chance of getting that one, but not quite able to do so. Woman protects it well.
Where we get confused.
Nicely taken by the number 15, Renee Holmes tries to go through, moving up to the halfway line. Now every second that New Zealand are inside of the half of Australia, that is progress from what we have seen in the first 15. Cox Edge goes across there. Luca Connor, quick hands. Backline starting to open up. Amy Duplessis considered going back on the inside, but now she's got numbers on. She never looked to pass that. She was not looking to pass. I wonder if she's related to Rico Ioane. Now it's going to be a loose ball. They're not going to catch her in Australia. Avania Wong is going to get another try for the Aussies. And that's, I mean, I don't like blaming players. But Amy Duplessis, you know, you've got numbers on the outside. Maybe look to use them rather than trying to be a glory hunter. But that's going to be a try for Australia. I heard you say the F-bomb. Everyone did. That was the mistake. Out the back line. And girls can get as good as the guys can. I wouldn't want to mess with these ladies' tough stuff. Yeah. You know, this is not good for the Black Ferns. And also, well, that's a surprise. Oz try.
I think the Black Ferns look nervous.
Yes, there's Jeanette. They just... If anyone hasn't realised yet, my mum is going for New Zealand. There? F-bomb says they went in there, yeah. But, I mean, I look at that play again. I said it at the time.
Yeah.
The ball. Stacey Fuller, everyone in the early stages of the match wants to get their hands on the ball once. You're 15 minutes in, no one's touched the ball in that back line. You give everyone a little touch just to, you know, get a feel for it.
Yeah, I think this is a very nervous start from the Black Ferns. A lot of pressure on them.
Wasn't Eden Park supposed to be a fortress? Get stuck in, ladies, says Sebastian there as well.
What was that? Playing like the men counterparts? Well.
So, Eden Park at the moment, looking like you're going to need some extra support for the Kiwi woman. That one's gone over 12-0 to Australia. I said the Kangaroos are going to be strong today, still early in the game.
Yes.
Says the roof, and good evening, Hamish Mum. Good to see you too. Yes, Spider-Mick, welcome in, mate. Hope you are doing very well. Wayne Smith won't be happy, says Nazi Williams. And also for the All Blacks, not sure about the Black Ferns, says Nov Mum. There as well, Sarah Coxedge going to kick us back off. Or sorry, Kendra Coxedge, I should say, combine the two. So Hirini, and not a prod Donna. George is an F bombardment. He is.
Oh, no, but he's a few bit younger. Well, I should know better. But
18 minutes in. Australia once again have got themselves the ball here. Passed across, backline's looking sharp. Shani Williams always will attack the line.
Yeah.
Going to be taken down just inside of the field of play. Ruby Tui, she's going up against her.
Lost that ball.
That looked like a little knock on the ground. I will give you credit for that. It's going to be play on just for now for Australia. Mackenzie goes across, big hit up. Apparently both wingers for the Aussies getting in early in this contest. Bit of a counter ruck coming from the Kiwis. It doesn't look like it's quite going to work out for Philippa Love. Now Mackenzie going across here once again. Big fend from Talakai. An open play. Bit of a counter ruck from Luca Connor, now kicked him behind. It was Mate Basanga, and that one is going to find touch. Nice work from Australia, playing the territory game for the first 20 of this match. Black Ferns need to score next.
Yeah, they do.
And
Get
also,
some confidence up.
We have got Munster utter bad, says Connor in there. And does White Horse Motors have any Ferraris for sale, says Demand? Probably not, I wouldn't think. And if they did, I would be surprised, but you never know. Yeah.
How does he know that?
Yeah, well, he's the man from SC, South Canterbury.
Oh,
I think we've had this chat before.
Okay.
And the Wallaroos are winning, says Gareth there. And unfortunately, my team lost to Wellington earlier, says Heath. So I believe your team would be Hawke's Bay in that case. Yeah, very good game. Hawke's Bay almost getting themselves the win, just that last little moment that went against them. All of the quarterfinal games have been close, though.
Northland did themselves proud.
I mean, we were talking about Wellington, Hawke's Bay, but
I don't care about Northland. You said yours was
under the front there. Lafai. I know Northland's your favourite, aren't they?
Yeah. I watched them beat Auckland and I thought it was good night.
Back across here. Another big run there. It's going to be Emily Chancellor.
Yes, trying to get into this game.
You're going with a very, I guess you could say, compact defence at the moment. So if they fire it out wide to the right, I was about to say, they might have a little bit of luck after going to the side a little bit more. Now, back into the pocket, sorry. Bati Basanga. That's a name that sometimes doesn't quite come off the tongue the way you want it to. Back across, 20 metres out from the line now. But there goes for Wellington. Maybe the Socceroos win at Eden Park. Open the floodgates for the rugby teams. There's Hanoi there. Now hanging on to it once again now for Australia. Mackenzie in behind, joining the line. Dangerous stuff there. A quick step in, and she's gone just over the top of Renee Holmes. Certainly going to be a danger. Wong out on the wing. Now, nice pass off the Palakai here. New Zealand get themselves the penalty.
Needed that.
Also, we've got their 3 losses in 4 games already this season. Simply not good enough for a team that reached many semi-finals, couple finals, the past many seasons of Ruby Tui saving New Zealand. And it looks like there was another wicket in the cricket while we're at it as well. For anyone wondering about New Zealand, oh no, they were just showing the replay. Harris Ralph, he's a dangerous man with the ball in hand. 21 minutes through this game, Wayne Smith, nervous, you would think at the moment. And like they've said, he won't be happy. No ball to play with. This is their chance, though. Tackles, 64 tackles made compared to the 17 of Australia. And the possession, 17% throughout the early stages of this game. You've got to say Australia dominating. Time inside of opposition, 22. New Zealand haven't even touched that 22 area. Now, it's going to be across. This is where they need to start driving forward a little bit more. It's going to be, there's a Cox edge. McGalley 2. Trying to creep forward just a little bit more. New Zealand still inside of their own half. Now Stacey flew the ball on the outside. Handling error from Renee Holmes. Another knock on from New Zealand. And now Australia will once again have themselves a scrum feeder. Feel for your Connor. Red Army needs to get a grip and quick. There's Sebastian there. And also we have got there, this is the NRL Grand Final in Union. And there, and dropped it against his Rice. At the moment, you'd have to say, handling error is 4-0 for New Zealand. I was going to say you'd have to say New Zealand have had about 5. They've only had 4. I was a bit harsh on them.
Yeah, you were.
And also we have got there, come on, Australia from Daniel Watson. You can't just take everyone away because they like Australia.
I suppose.
I know you'd like to, though, of course, wouldn't you? Charlie Williams, deep breaths for her. See, that's the thing. She's used to playing shorter games than this. She played 14 minutes in the 7s. That's the end of the game. But the thing is, you have multiple games in the same day. So you add up 3 games of the 7s, and then you're looking at about 42 minutes. That's quick maths, isn't it?
It was.
Add another one on top of that, you're looking at total 56 minutes. I could go all day. Now, Australia have got the position once again. It will be in the hands of Bella McKenzie. Their backline's looking a lot better. Amy Duplessis being sent backwards. And that tackle, nice run forward from Grace Hamilton. Over the ball, though, that was Ruby Tui again getting herself in there. And that is where having some 7s experience can be huge. Because you're used to your one-on-one defense and you're used to locking yourself over the ball, trying to win that not releasing penalty extremely quickly. She's just shouting at her teammates. She's going, the only way my book gets a few more sales is if we win this World Cup. She does. It was at the warehouse. Yeah.
That'd be an interesting book, isn't it?
Probably. If it's like her interviews, it would be.
Yeah. An interesting read.
It's a big shot, though, from Sarah Hirini, Sevens lady, helping out. They're both actually divided by like
Not quite. Yeah.
14
Oh,
and 7,
yeah,
you know, back in the numbers. It is what it is. Worst part, there are rumours of other premiership teams going through financial difficulties. There's Sebastian and Greg Murphy and Richie Stanaway start from 4th tomorrow in the Bathurst 1000. Black Ferns trying to adopt an offload game like Fiji Sevens to combat Northern Forward's dominance. There's Lex Axel. I mean, at the moment, they've been trying to offload. And I guess in a way they have been offloading it. It's just they've been offloading the ball forward and a knock on. Apparently, some deep breaths being taken by these two sides, working out what the next tactic is going to be. Bit of funky music at Eden Park, isn't it? Bathurst might be a wet race. It will be carnage, says Obi, and there's Worcester owners are absolute noise. Says Gareth in there. Confiscate all their phones, coach. He's coming guest. Luke O'Connor now. About to go for the line out throw for the Black Ferns. Still yet to touch Australian 22. Now it's nicely taken. I believe that went straight to the number 4, Nunwu.
Oh, she's in the way.
Cox Edge. Ready to play this one across. That's another drop ball. This time it was put down by Amy Rule. That was a very worried look you just gave. Double blow the whistle. Okay, Steph African ref. It said you knocked it on, and then you had a clear off your feet. Off your feet, yes. And review Jim. This whereas the Black Ferns are trying too hard. They're rushing, need more composure.
I think they are, yep.
Now Mackenzie. Get this one for touch, and she gets it out now, 22 metres out, into one for Namurva.
I'll go away at half time.
Do you think you're going to need some alcohol to get through the second half?
No, I don't think I'll be accused.
And also has already signed with Edinburgh, given off the fact that Worcester may not recover from this. And we're going to watch it, says Max Cottle. It is on Spark Sport, your best bet. And also alongside that, on Spark Sport, you can actually watch New Zealand playing Pakistan. Apparently New Zealand just a 1 down. And the cricket, 43 for 1 after 6.3 overs. Okay. Both sides have been told to stay on their mark there. And this is very alarming and worrying situation that premiership clubs are suffering. Well, as if it is the tip of the iceberg, and even USC clubs could be in trouble also. There's Connor. Now it's become a rolling ball. Talakai, at the back. It's off the ball now. Still going forward a little bit more. New Zealand having to commit quite a few ladies to their breakdown. And it doesn't look like it's worked out for them. Still marching here for Australia. Just really flexing their muscles at the moment, aren't they? Now off the back, nice pass and great hands from Bati Basanga. All considered going herself there. Decided against it in the end, Liz Patu. Now around the side, Australia just phase after phase. Once again, it's been a continuation of what we've seen earlier on. Never onside. New Zealand give away another advantage. Has anything gone right for the Black Ferns yet?
No, because the other Australian run into her own player before.
Never onside. Penalty goes the way of Australia again. If you're Australia, you keep this game going. You either kick it into touch straight away, or you go for a scrum, or you go for the tap, but you keep this one building forward because New Zealand are well and truly backs against the wall. I think the way that they're slowing it down, though, they consider going for the 3. They are going to kick this one into touch and go for the 5-metre line out. And that's right, basics playing like sevens. Yes, Nazi Williams there. Black Ferns got to set the table first, not eat right out of the pot. There's Alex Axel. And now it's going to be Talakai once again. $12 underdogs, Australia were, and now they are sitting 12-0 up. I'm going to have a look at what their odds are sitting now. New Zealand might find themselves sitting about $6 underdogs at this stage, I'd say, of the contest. and maybe more if this rolling maul is successful for the Wallaroos. I've been told to use it once. Now, Awobi Bati Basanga goes back across. Australian numbers on the outside. Just need the simple drawn pass, step through, and the winger goes again. And it's a third try of the match for Australia. This time it's back over to the other wing. Taurita, they're having a competition between them. Who can score the most tries against the Kiwis? And Taurita has scored another try. And a million expletives. And what the other ladies, there's Sebastian. So whatever they were sitting on before that happened, I'm going to have to see how much it's going to update itself by. But New Zealand have their what? New Zealand are $2.35 underdogs. Australia is still paying $1.60. Well, I mean, gamble responsibly, but like they're paying $1.67 to win this, even though they are 17-0 up currently with 28 minutes gone. That seems unheard of, doesn't it?
Oh man,
You know what's right. Says over there, oh man, grabbed the gut skills, damn it. Says Golden Guest. I cannot believe they're paying $1.67 when they're that far ahead. I guess they don't want to give up too much money, maybe. And also, the last time New Zealand were ever considered underdogs, it was John Kirwan in the Island Test Series. There's Connor Cahill going to be struck there, not the distance that she needs. She's hit a ref with it. You might as well get the cheap shot in when you can. Just ask Ivan Ruiz. Referee, he knew he did the cheap shot on him, and he said, look, if you do that again, we'll be having words. 29 minutes through, 17-0, Australia, clinical.
They got John Farnham on there. Come put some Kiwi music on.
I think they need some AC/DC or something. Ruby Tui taking that for the Kiwis now, though. First time that they've almost passed the 40-metre line in this contest. They run it hard here with Philippa Love Wu. They are now inside of Australia territory by quite a bit. Although straight through the middle, she got her hands on the ball, not quite. But don't give it up yet. And there says Nazi Williams, I love the Aussie supporters' comments. I go Ruiz, says Ruth. And there as well, nice run forward from Minahan. That's how I want to say, isn't it? Luca Connor goes round New Zealand now. Sarah Coxedge is asking for a penalty every single breakdown. I think she's been hanging around TJ Perenara too much. Although the difference is Perenara didn't get selected for the ABs, unless maybe he does tomorrow. Quick answer from Duplessis. She does know how to pass. Now ball on the outside. That's Stacey Flula. Does extremely well to keep herself in the field of play. Coxey's now back across. This is where the Black Ferns could be dangerous for the first time in this match. They're inside of the 22. Big run through. Philippa Love, one short of the line. Now, the question is for New Zealand, do they continue with the forwards or do they decide to use that back line? Now, good clean out there. That looks close. That looks very close. It's over for the Black Ferns. First attack of the day. Philippa Love, you'd have to say she had something to do with that one, with that big extra couple meters. And I got up, sweet ads, stick around because things could turn around. Trust me, I'm a Quins fan. And the night we're done, so sweet ads, just as they managed to score themselves their first try of the fixture. And it was, and then Joanna Nyan Wu, I believe it was. Good run from Stacey Flula, aggressive from the outside centre. Somebody got knocked on my door, or somebody just knocked on my door and ran away. I just seen them running out of my driveway. It is Master B. Huh. Did you order Uber Eats and were they running late?
We had someone knocking on our front door a couple of months back. And just ran down the road, so your dad got in the car and got one of them. He knows who you are.
There's Gareth as well, New Zealand from Rice. And New Zealand managed to fire back a little bit. So now I assume that Australia at this rate are sitting a lot more. Because it sounds so weird to say that Australia will now be underdogs with a 12-point lead. So Australia, to win this game, are sitting $2.50 underdogs. Interesting. And also we have got there as ACDC sings Thunderstruck New Zealand World Cup. Come on, Kiwis. Tear the roof. And that one's gone over as well. The score now 17 points to 7 in favour of Australia, still with 8 minutes left in this first half. If New Zealand can get themselves back-to-back tries here and get another quick one, maybe with a conversion, all of a sudden you're looking at a 3-point contest heading into the second half.
We're going to score next. We can't let Aussie score next.
Last kickoff that did take place for Australia, it was a mistake from New Zealand pretty much straight away with the handling error. Going to be Bella McKenzie kicks us off for another bit of rugby, but that's going to be taken nicely by Sirahirni. Better from the Kiwis there. Yeah. Coxedge goes back across. It's as if they needed to know that they were almost down and out to then start firing. Which I mean is probably not the best tactic to have in a game up against someone like an England. They will really make you pay for that. If you let them have 30 minutes of free time. It's like when you're at primary school, when, of course, you're a child, and they give you 30 minutes of free time and you just run wild, don't you?
Yep.
You know, who can smack into the wall the hardest and whatnot. Not rolling away penalty. She's not happy. I believe that was O'Gorman for that one. And, well, what a try. Oz winger. 5 minutes behind. And also, we have got the other balaclava on, dude. That one hasn't found touch from New Zealand. Massive haul. Big shot there. Halakai was not really stopped too much by Amy Duplessis, but it's stolen by the Black Ferns. Portia Woodman with the bump off. Jeez. A little bit of head hunting from the Aussie prop there. And also, well, what a try. Oh, no, I read that one, didn't I? Now back. That looked like it was close to a knock on the ground for New Zealand, but I think it was just a rolling motion. Marina Makele-Tu'u's sister. And it is Liana Makele-Tu'u. I believe they're related anyway. They look very similar, which is probably a bad thing to say about a woman. Around the side. 25 minutes out. You don't look similar to your brother, and he's your twin.
Oh, more like my older brother.
Some of them might remember him.
Yeah, I think they do.
It's hard to forget. Yeah. See that hit, isn't he? So she's going to go around the side. Good meters made around the side. It's just a decision of who's going to be taking on the ball now. Coxedge does well to dodge there. Inside ball. Nice work from Amy Duplessis. Like an awkward way to join a breakdown from Makele-Tu'u. Join it from her knees and just threw her neck forward. Great turnover from Australia. But straight away, Luca Connor gets over the ball, loses her footing. She's still trying? No, she hasn't got that one. Now, McKenzie almost charged down by Duplessis. It's going to stay in the field of play. Now Ruby Tui in a bit of space. Passes across, getting Holmes involved. Nice step from Demant. Looks to go through. Great offload there from her back. Ruby Tui. One more ball on the outside. The speedster Portia Woodman throws herself over the line. And that will be another one. Coxie, you've got the try. Get out of it. Stop asking the ref for stuff. He was trying to say it was too high, Sarah Coxedge. But I think they were going to check it anyway, weren't they? She didn't need to do the gabber with the jabber jaws and the referees. Nice back line though. Renee Holmes went off into the hands of Demant. Then from there, quickly recycled with the off though. Tui on the outside to Holmes. They just kept on getting involved, and Portia Woodman just throws herself at the line. One of those ladies who doesn't care if she hurts herself in the process. Like, she just runs. Look at that. Spins the ears back, sees her and says, come on then, give it some. And then Mackenzie, she's not a small lady at fly half, but she has been run over. And now, hold on, Nick Minute, says Nuzzy Williams. Another who's solid girls. And there as well, Wonder Woodman is a sign that someone has got in the crowd. But from the touchline here, this would be a crucial kick to be able to get over Renee Holmes. She got her first.
No, the other chick.
Oh, did they get rid of her? Must be the longer distance.
Longer distance, I'd say.
And that one's going to be short. So that will be 36 minutes into the game. Only 5 points difference now. Classic Aussie's given up a lead.
Coming good.
Very nice.
Got better feeling now.
All right, boys. Have you?
Yep.
You've cheered up a little bit.
I was a bit nervous for a while.
Also go Portia some more, says Clayton. Yeah, she scored quite a few up against Japan, that is for sure. Portia Woodman. She does the same on the 7th Circuit. I don't think anyone's sick of hearing me say about the 7th Circuit yet.
No.
Cox edge. Now goes back across.
Oh, just gotta watch those passes.
High ball. As long as they're catching them, that's the main thing. If it's forward, it's forward, but as long as they're catching them, that's what matters at the moment for the Kiwis. Around the side, it will be Philippa Love. Huge post-contact matters. Yeah, just go on phase after phase.
Why would you kick it?
Just a mistake there from, I believe it was the Mart who decided she wanted to try and kick it, give it back to the Australians. Is it only on spark? It is correct, sadly. And also, I knew Rufa knew Steve Sweet as, and as New Zealand coming back. Wait, didn't you say like good night earlier on, Sweet as? Maybe. If Steve Sweet as there, New Zealand coming back. Go Porsche and let's go girls. Black Ferns for the win. There's Reuters. Now Australia will be back to probably paying about $8. Okay, well, no hands. New Zealand grabbed it off the ground, so that will be the penalty in favour of Australia. Fudge cake, yeah. Who doesn't love a good fudge cake?
I love fudge cake. Yeah, the cafe on Queen used to have lovely fudge cake. We haven't found it again, but used to be a popular addition to the morning tea. So what? She had to ruck it back.
Yeah. So I believe the way it works is you're not allowed to slightly go like that. You actually have to hold it type thing, and then pull it back. 200 people watching it. That like button and subscribe. Just tuning in. See Sebastian and there as well. I don't know. I can't actually see the number at the moment. Yeah, there is. Thank you all very much for tuning in. Hugely appreciate it.
What channel you got this one on?
This is on the Kiwi Lads, the main channel.
Cool.
This is our most viewed female live stream for rugby, mainly because we've only done one other, and that was earlier.
Okay. Wow.
Progress. 39 minutes there is not unusual, or it's not usually a cheerleader for the boys. The girls have a lot of passion and deserve the grit, or the heart and grit. Almost Bremner going through. There's a pointer with that one has been dropped. 5 points difference between these two sides with only 39.5 minutes gone in this match. Still plenty of time for either side to get it going. And also Talakai.
I think things are looking good for New Zealand. They'll come back into it.
They don't look as, I guess you could say, as nervous.
It is a big occasion, and it's in their home country, so there's a lot of pressure on them.
Did you watch the clip I sent about the video, me and the Virgin River cast? I did actually see it the other night, and it was quite funny because they told you weren't allowed to swear.
You didn't show me.
No, you weren't awake. Okay. You go to bed too early.
You can show me later.
That's true. We definitely need cheerleaders in rugby, says Obi. Well, watch the Stormers. They have cheerleaders, men and women. A little bit of something for everyone. And also, I knew that there was no turning back. Sweet as getting back into the game, mate, says Roof. Although going back to the cheerleaders, they hardly pay the players enough, let alone having all the extras around them. That's fun. Now back across. Not a lot of space down the wing. Done very well. Already scoring herself a try in this game, Wong. New Zealand trying to go for a counter ruck. Didn't work out. Now Mackenzie thinks she sees a bit of a gap there up the middle. Out in front of the post now. Flat ball, well handled. Could have been a handling error for her, but she just managed to hang on now back across to the short side. Matipa Sanga gives it off. The hands on Lafai. No building. Oh, stolen by Brenda. I think she's almost got her hands on that one anyway. Might become a scrum here. No, it's available for New Zealand. Or is it? No, Australia fighting for it back. It's all to play for. So New Zealand doing well to get that clean out. Oh, standing on her hand, and she was not happy. So, yeah. That's going to be an angry number 3. I don't know whether that's the player you want to fire up, Freddie O'Gorman, because she got her hand stood on by Cox edge.
I'm not really stood on. She was, it was a good contest.
She did ruck it, though. She saw it there, and she went.
Yeah, no, she rucked it
like
back.
it was a small spider, and she wanted it to rain the next day.
Oh.
It's frozen at the moment, but it will be back.
What?
And also, BS need to score, or the Black Ferns need to score first in the second half. They certainly do. And also, we have got to have the cheerleaders are as hot and good as Dan Carter. I'll say okay, says Ruth in there as well. You think they'd get a heap of Dan Carters next to the field for rugby? I'm sure the male audience would absolutely love that. I saw that Scotland changed the colour of their kit their away kit to purple, and now everyone's gone, we're no longer supporting you because purple's not a man's colour.
Really?
Literally so many people. It's half-time, ladies and gentlemen. And it's won 17 points to 12. Yeah, no one likes a little bit of violet or lilac or whatever it was. And all the twins, as you know what your twin brother experiences now and then, you think it's like the twin mentality. Sandwiches.
Yeah, my twin actually reckon he had a really crooked guts the first time I gave birth. He couldn't understand why. Just he had appendicitis. I went out in sympathy with him. He was in Timaru Hospital. He came home and I went to Wallaroos Hospital. I didn't have appendicitis, but it was crook as.
Last time.
Sorry for mum and dad then, but I couldn't help it.
So only the 5 points difference. So you'd have to say anyone's game in the second half.
We came back well, and just unfortunately we gave the ball away in that last couple of minutes. But
and also the freight trainer said, could you please tell me what this is on Sky? So it's actually on Spark Sport. It's a shame because they've got it on different, it's really weird how they've done it. Pretty much the big tournaments are on Spark, the smaller things are on Sky. So yeah, it's on Spark Sport, but I believe they have a 7-day free trial if you do want to be able to watch the second half. But strategically, I would say if you are just looking for the free trial, you should wait until that final. But then, until then, there's a lot of games to miss, isn't it?
I don't get it. They're trying to promote sport. Why is it not free? I have this argument every time.
Well, I said go Australia, and also it feels weird saying, no, in the Virgin River, I cast saw my face, said Amelia. And I'm sure they've seen a lot of faces in their time. There's quite a few of the cast, isn't there? I don't know how big the cast is, but I assume they've probably had human interaction before. A few of them. 12 degrees at the moment. They're not bad.
It's not bad for it, considering it was only about 3 nights ago.
I reckon they should be more shamed for being known as the Virgin Cast. Now, it is going to be the second half underway in about, I'd say, 5 to 10 minutes. Somewhere around there. It's going to be a great game. That's actually Chelsea Bremer. I know that now. I'm doing my extensive research. For anyone wondering about the matchup taking place between the Black Ferns, or not the Black Ferns, sorry, the Black Cats, the men's cricket side, and Pakistan, New Zealand, are currently sitting at about, I believe it was 73 for 1 after the 10. We will have another look. And also we have got the, when are you going to start posting more Rugby Challenge 4? We have got a few plans. It's more of a case of there hasn't really been much of a demand for it at the moment. Not too many people actually like that game anymore, sadly. But, maybe in the future we could get a few more going. It's more of the case of if we post it, I want to make sure it's a high-quality video, which will probably take a lot of hours to edit. And then, if people just go, nah, Rugby Challenge isn't that great, then I guess it's a bit rough, isn't it? And also, we have got the Kiwi bird family. Or the bird, female is larger than the male. And very uncomfortable watching this, says Distracted Sports there. As in, because Australia are winning, I assume. And also, how's Ruby Tui's game so far? Did you know she's gay? It's on her new book. Funny enough, we mentioned her new book a couple of times. Saw it at the warehouse.
You have to buy it and let people know how good it is.
Do you know if it's good?
No. I'm sure it will be, though. Anything on, a sports personality's life and what they've been up to is always good.
And also, we have got the do you, says the freight train. Do you? That was the first part, but now do you? I feel like it cut off early, maybe.
Yes.
Possibly. And also we have got there Ben Hollingsworth, Colin Lawrence. And also, do you play any games other than Rugby Challenge? I do play a few games. Me and George, we've actually got the gaming channel. Kiwi Lads Gaming. Anyone who hasn't already checked that out, be sure to check it. I've still got the link there. That is the channel that we actually play a little bit of Wii Sports on, a bit of an old school game. And also, I believe coming up on there soon, going to be playing a little bit of FIFA 23. Conway out. There's Obi as well. That is a lot of poise.
That's pretty cool, eh?
The Taka Waititi has got a poi.
Well, because his missus is the singer, isn't she?
So, I believe they're going to be having I think they're going for a record of the most simultaneous poise as well, maybe. Yeah, currently halftime. We have got a donation from Royce. Thank you very much, mate. Usually appreciate it. Wellington Phoenix. Huh? They're playing tomorrow. Adelaide United up against them.
At home.
It is at home, yes.
Awesome.
No. Yeah, no, it is. Yeah, it's at Sky Stadium. Oh, that one. And also I'm looking forward. Also looking tired to come back by the Black Ferns by Henny Tower. And I was like, I got FIFA 22 since the freight train. Is it any good compared to FIFA 23? Because I know that FIFA 22 is the one I played more of. I don't know how good FIFA 23 is yet, though. And I was like, I expected the Ferns would feel the pressure in front of the big crowd and trail early. But I have no idea what will happen now. Go Girls, says Newland 50. And there as well. So Taka Waititi currently having a bit of a chat with the Eden Park crowd. Bill's got no friends. We have got there, should remember, Black Ferns don't want to show all their tricks. As you rock, this is so exciting. It's better than chocolate, says Ruth. And as well, geez, that's a big compliment because chocolate is pretty sensational.
Is up there.
Very good indeed. But the thing is, New Zealand in the second half, I feel, are going to be a lot more dangerous than Australia. For some reason, I feel like they've started getting that momentum going, and now it's going to be extremely hard for Australia to stop it. This is quite a long halftime break, isn't it? But I guess it's because we're not used to seeing people talking during it. So they are going to do Poirier. And also, have you ever played Fortnite in there as well? I have way in the past, but not recently. Like, I'm talking 5 years ago. Me and Isaac played it before it was like a big thing. And Whitaker's chocolate is the best. Welcome, Manil. If you want to avoid the presence of bricks, avoid all mirrors, says Sebastian there. Probably a fair statement, isn't it? Overall. Yeah, they're doing Apoya and Sebastian. Yeah. I mean, if you're still here, I assume you might have a second account. Yeah, but little bit of a tip, try and say something that's actually going to get to my soul rather than just like an insult. Because I take insults like I take pretty much, straight over. And what is it on? It is on it is on Spark Sport. So they haven't got it on Sky, but it is on Spark Sport. So if you have got Spark, you've got a good option there. Guitar time to Poirier. I don't actually know Poirier. Yes, he's Newland 50.
You don't know Poirier?
Or is in like on the guitar?
Yeah.
I don't know whereabouts it would be. It wasn't a mile off, maybe. And also, big up Hamish, trust you well, mate. Says Prashad, I am indeed. The song is almost 40 years old and get time. There as well, says no, mum. I was just about to join in and they ended it.
Nice. It's a classic, isn't it?
But I wanted to play it.
Oh, it doesn't matter.
I could play a different one.
Well, you know what to expect now. You have to learn Poirier.
I will.
Yeah.
I know this. Do we want the South African national anthem or not the right time?
Not yet.
Not the right time. Fair enough. Currently 12 overs in for New Zealand versus Pakistan, 82 for 2. And as Rita Ora on, she is not at halftime. She was before the match, Obi. So, yeah, you have missed her. I assume that is why you were watching this game, maybe, by the sounds of it. And also, we have got there a little bit earlier on as a halftime. It certainly is, Daniel. So we are just waiting for the second half to get back underway. 17-0 Australia found themselves sitting. Played Duty in Disguise. I do not know Duty in Disguise.
Were you looking?
Know that one?
No.
No? And also, what's your top 5 favourite Super Rugby? No teams. No team. Super Rugby teams? Because, I mean, I could pick the New Zealand teams just to be super simple. But, I mean, I like Moana Pacifica. I like the Drua as well. And also time to move up a gear or 2 Kiwis in the second half. And sorry, I missed the first half as the game being as close as the score. So, Australia, up till about the 25th minute, had 90% almost of the possession. New Zealand kept making handling errors. They kept on having little fumbles. And, yeah, pretty much because of it, Australia were able to get themselves 17-0 up. Then New Zealand, in the last 5 to 10 minutes of that half, really stepped it up, got back into the game and scored 2 tries to make it closer. But yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how it does end up playing out. New Zealand teams, says freight train and racing games, says Kiwi, and besides drag factor, and even more games with Studebakers.
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 The car on them soon.
Well, they can hold their own against the French. They'll get, when they can hold their own against the French, they'll get their anthem played on the guitar as well. Says Sebastian. Maybe I should learn the Fijian one for that upcoming match, Fiji versus South Africa.
That'd be pretty cool.
I'm trying to remember what the Fijian national anthem sounds like. Does it have words?
What?
The Fijian national anthem?
Yeah, because they were singing.
So cheers, thanks for that summary. Much appreciated, says Martin. No worries at all. In the second half, just about to get there. And insult so much you can't control these youngins when they're all emotional and such, says John. Yeah, see, that's the thing. Even being on YouTube for a month, you're like, okay, looks like I'm going to get some slightly thicker skin. Like, I did some live streams for the Sevens, and I had some fun comments on those ones. 3 Sport? Okay, so it's on 3 as well, possibly. Although the other side of it said Spark Sport, so maybe that's just like the update that they're doing around half time. My granddad had a 1938 Studebaker Command, and also top 5 New Zealand rugby teams. And how big is the crowd? It is the biggest crowd for a standalone rugby game in women's history. I believe it was supposed to be around that 50,000 mark. There are a few empty seats, so maybe around that 40,000 mark, somewhere around there. Be live TV, wouldn't it? It says pre-match.
So is it on later?
Okay, so there's a delay. So if you go on 3 now, you actually get to see Rita or Obi. I'm currently uploading Hendo's birthday edit because it's his birthday today. Says Amelia, and also coming to New Zealand second half is ours. Says Nathan, and tell the person that insulted you to go and play in the traffic, says Bert. I mean, they're hardly even worth it, really. Like, it sounds really harsh, actually, now that I say it like that. But, you know, if you acknowledge them, they, I guess, get a little bit of limelight in their dark lives.
Yeah.
But
They've got nothing else in their life, have they?
I do feel bad for some of them, though, because they are probably a bit low.
Yeah, I know, but you're going to be even more lonely if you give a shit, eh? If you're nice, you're not going to be lonely.
How are we, go Wallaroos? Says Ed in there. I'm doing very well, mate. I am doing not too bad. I hope you're doing a bit better than yesterday as well, Ed. And also, I'm at the cricket in Christchurch. And also, when I say Hendo, it's Martin Henderson, a.k.a. Jack Sheridan, says Amelia there, out Williamson.
He's pretty cool.
Obi, is he? Yeah. Oh, no.
No. Used to be in Shorten Street many years ago.
I've just said, before the Black Ferns scored a try, they had made 86 tackles throughout this first half. And also, Tinia said hi, and there as well, welcome in. Doing well, right? They've got a special guest. Who's that? Proud mum. Sarah Coxedge's mum, I think she said. Luca Connor's mum. I couldn't hear because they didn't turn on her microphone. Now, too far away from the second half here. Williamson tried to have an almighty heave at the ball and got himself cleaned up middle stump. And Hamish, no worries, no one comes close to this live commentary. The Bee Gees stay alive comes to mind. Great guitar work there. There's Ruth Carter. Wow. Quite a high praise, isn't it?
It is to be
compared to the Bee Gees.
Yeah.
Right, the players are back out on the field. New Zealand will be kicking off the second half now, ladies and gentlemen. In a game that they are down by 5, but they could have been down by a whole lot more if they hadn't made that late comeback in the second half. You ready for a big half from both of these sides? Yeah. First try scorer, we're going to ask you again.
Ruby Tui.
Okay, I'm actually going to say this time, I'm going to say Portia. I'm going to say she gets the double because she'll want to catch up with the other winger for the Wallabies. Rita, I think it is. And how bad is this? Having the Kiwi crowd split between the rugby and the cricket. They should start considering optimal scheduling. That's what we were saying.
It's shit, to be honest. I'm going to use that word because it is. It's crazy. You know, because women's rugby, you want to promote it, so you put it on the same night as the bloody cricket.
And a big game of the cricket at that. Kicked off. Ruby Tui unable to take it cleanly. I believe she has knocked it on. Well, it looks like it's going to be a bit of a counter ruck. New Zealand working after it this time now. They've got the advantage still available for Australia. Now back across. It's going to be a big run from Lafai.
That's
That'll be a New Zealand penalty off the get-go. A lot of happy players out there on the park now for the Kiwis. So good. Australia A have a close winning match for 23-22 versus Japan 15 for their second test going on the Aussies. Says Ed there. And that's the thing, also having that game taking place at the same time. There's so much on right now. The A-League's going on at the current point in time. I believe there'll be a basketball game for the Australian basketball comp. And also New Zealand needs to score first, bet 100 on the New Zealand money line. Does it win? What's the money line?
Yeah, $100 on New Zealand money line, does it?
What were New Zealand paying? I assume you took them for whatever they were at halftime. They should win, maybe. And I was as any brothers and sisters both play pro rugby. I mean, there's been a few double ups, I believe. I guess it depends on what you consider pro rugby, because I mean, you've got there Liana Makeali-Tu, her brother Marino Makeali-Tu, currently playing in the Bunnings NBC and Super Rugby. So if that counts, you'd have to say international level is definitely professional, though, for these women. Sarah Coxedge getting angry at the fullback. Did she just try and grab that girl's ponytail? I assume not.
They're going to lose this.
They're going to lose that ball. They couldn't get it out of there. Australia doing very well. Oh, there's a few cuddles going on. A few headbutts as well. And also we have got there New Zealand need to score first. They certainly do. Go the Ferns, says Hayami. And also I've used the song Man on a Mission. Oh boy, the larceny for his birthday. Is that correct? That word? Larceny? Oh, larceny, sorry. And what game, or what's the game highlight so far? I would say, I don't know. I'd say probably Australia scoring first. Okay, you agree.
And I'm looking at this and I'm looking at that. What were you saying?
Australia scoring first highlight of the game?
No.
Well, for a entertainment / factor.
How to put the Kiwi crowd out of the equation?
Shani Williams. Now as another carry forward. She's tackled by Amy Duplessis. Chapman did a reverse pull shot. There's Obi there. Now down the field. That one's gone into touch. Good clearance. Now New Zealand have got themselves another line out. It will be Luca Connor. They just showed her mum in the crowd at halftime. Be right back. Got to heat up my dinner in the microwave because I can't be stuffed cooking stuff. Says Amelia. And there as well. Another line out.
That's about me every night.
It's Xavier. I played bit coach rugby, or played a bit of couch rugby, says Ruth. And I was like, oh, the cat's decided he wants to come have a look. Now Coxedge. Flula. Nice pass off to Portia Woodman. She has now dropped the ball. It's a rare mistake from Super Woodman, as they call it.
It was one that.
Portia Woodman just straight through the hand. She looked up, see who she was going to be trying to run over the top of. Ruby Tui, she gives her a big hug. Said, don't worry about that one. Turnovers conceded. 11 turnovers conceded by New Zealand compared to the one of Australia. That is the massive difference.
Yes.
Now the scrum feed will be on the way of Australia and it will be fed in by Bati Basanga. New Zealand down by 5, but they were down by a lot more. Do I think it could be a try scored before the 50th minute, maybe by either of these sides? I don't know how rugby works. But what time should the game end at, says Terence. So it's going to be in about 40 minutes' time, around 9 p.m. New Zealand time. Maybe a little bit sooner, but yeah, by 45 minutes, you should know whether or not you won or not. And Billy, says Sebastian there with a Billy emoji as well. Also, yucks. Says it was Troy, and also looking forward to watch Anton Leonard-Brown come back for Waikato versus Bale playing tomorrow. Won the NPC earlier. So the first game was won by Wellington. The second game was won by Canterbury. Now another big run forward from Lafai. Up into the short side there, Bati Basanga. Goes off nicely. New Zealand defending not too badly, though, not allowing Australia to get a huge amount of running meters. Ruby Tui goes straight over. The ball is still in. Lafai has to play half. Now, nice little offload there. Now, McKenzie getting stuck under the breakdown. Bit of a counter-rack. Almost got her head stood on by big Philippa Love. That would have hurt.
Jeez, did well.
She's still counter-racking, even though she has almost fallen onto the wrong side of the breakdown. Doing well there. It will be Grace Hamilton tries to break. And also we get the yucks. And there says Troy B now back across. B continuing to drive forward, sitting 50 metres out. Bati Basanga has done very well, sitting up nicely inside of the 22 for New Zealand. Now Renee Holmes goes across. Ruby Tui finds the offload back to Holmes, who carves up the middle now. She's got numbers with her, but instead gets handled very well by, I believe that was Chancellor and also was Liz Patu. New Zealand looking like they were going to go backwards. Ruby Tui doing well, though. Be able to keep that one in the field of play. Now Chelsea Bremner driven back with their New Zealand, just phase after phase. They're still inside of their own half, though. Now back across. Coxedge goes through. That was a little bit too easy to get the line break there for the number 10. Now Hirani with a nice step. She's looking for the link up. Goes to Coxedge. Why wasn't she passing that? I think she got excited. Saw a lady in front of her and said, yeah, I'll try and go through it. Now it's an advantage. New Zealand have numbers on the outside. Ruby Tui, one more. She decides to go herself, Ruby Tui, and she scores it. And New Zealand make it 17-all now, and Ruby Tui. Oh, it's Portia Woodman again. It's fine. I know what's predicted. Oops. Where'd Ruby go? She disappeared. And also we have got here's the comeback. There's another one, also 6-6-4-6 Chapman. So yeah, speeding up the game a little bit there. But yeah, Portia Woodman, she decided to back herself. Renee Holmes on the outside. I don't think she minded Portia going for it herself.
Well, I thought she had stuffed it up because she didn't pass.
I mean, she scored in the first half, so maybe she was keen to try and get herself another one, but the boys were all getting swung around. And the disappointed face of Righty O'Gorman there. And now get the conversion. And I says Oscar, and yeah, boy, says Nazi Williams.
There, but yeah, she's obviously the longer tricks. Isn't she?
Go girls. Or yes, girls, says Ruckus, and also let's go New Zealand. Says Nathan. And he probably didn't see too much. He's blind in one eye, isn't he? And not looking the right one. Now, Renee Holmes. Sorry. I say it weird. Kicks it. It's coming back. Yes. It's coming back. And it's short.
Oh, come on.
Put those down.
I would have given it.
And also we have got the Rowan in there as well. And also we have got the Diddy hit. Are those against Spinobi? Nice. Yeah. 6-1-1-6-4-4 of Nawaz. In the last over, and here comes the Black Ferns, says Clayton. So they will now be sitting 17-all. Ponsonby going to be coming on the field for New Zealand. That is to replace Luca Connor. Quite early that they decided to take her off.
Is she a local girl's cousin?
Who?
Ponsonby.
How come?
Her dad's ex-wife, eh?
Really?
Possibly. I could be wrong, but...
A few more subs being made by the two sides. I believe about 3 replacements in total. Yeah, Ponsonby now out on the field. Also for Australia, they have decided.
I might be wrong.
Or for New Zealand, sorry, they did actually bring on Ruiz as well. Now, Coxedge goes off to Seta Hirani. Back across here for the Kiwis. Hamilton, she's gone off for the blood bin. And then Kent has made her way out there. And also, Hamish, can you please stream Wellington Phoenix game tomorrow? I believe tomorrow afternoon we have got some form of plans. But if we are at home while that game is going on, we will try our best to be able to stream it. We're hoping to do more Wellington Phoenix games in the future, though. It just doesn't help that the first game is one that we are busy for. And then they've just finished a series against these lads. They're genuinely not great. Kitty goes meow, says the Lim report. Review back to 2 sports now, says the Lim report there. Only 15 minutes through. So the 15 at the moment for Australia. The only sub they've made is Hamilton. She's out, and that's for Kent. That is due to blood bin. Then for New Zealand, they've made a couple more changes in their lineup. Are you doing some research?
Yeah, she is.
Oh, okay. Well, there you go. Ruby Tui. Looks like she is keen for some sort of set play here, but first, New Zealand are going to have to get the ball back. And with 30 minutes left now, and also I'm having tuna bake for dinner. My auntie made, she came and dropped it off. She said, heat it up in the microwave. A bit of fumbling there, too hurried. I must keep the concentration now. Another try needed soon. There's a roof in there as well.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So her dad's an ex-Waimo.
Ah.
Fun fact.
Mm-hmm. All about to be fed in here. Coxedge has got it in hand. Big scrum, big scrum. The comment from the Australian number 20 who's just made her way onto the field, Grace Kemp. Now, ball fed in by Coxedge. New Zealand, they might look to use the number 8 off the back here, but that's a great scrum from Australia. In fact, it's an absolutely fantastic Australian scrum. And the one who said big scrum here was right. It was a huge scrum. And hi from Auckland, says John Martin and Sky. Meanwhile, gathering tumbleweed, says the Lim report, and bump it, says Hahami there. A man Spark is going off tonight. F1 T20 Cricket Rugby World Cup, says the Lim report. They are certainly hyped up now. Coach knows that that was a very important one. So New Zealand in the cricket, for anyone wondering, 120 for 3 as they sit after 15.4 overs. All Australia have decided that they do want to take on the 3 points here. It's not a given kick, though.
No, it's quite tough.
And also, Pakistan need a good left-handed bowler. There's over, and also 17 all, says NZ guy in there as well. Okay, 51 minutes through, still 29 minutes left in this contest. I should mention the next game that we are going to be covering on the Kiwi Lads channel will be a URC fixture. That is taking place at 5 a.m. New Zealand time. And it's going to be a late night. But anyone who is new, be sure to leave a like and subscribe. Leinster versus the Sharks. That will be the lone URC fixture that we do end up covering of the weekend. Started designing flags for the stockade. I've got this good idea for one of the flags. I've already told Xavier. I think it's going to look really cool. There's Amelia that is going to hit the post of it. Didn't quite go the way that they wanted to for that kick, but like I mentioned, risky to try and go for a kick from that far out. I can understand the appeal of it, though. Get points on the board. Yeah. Try and put the opposition under pressure. Now, Coxedge looking for that ball in the breakdown. Slings it across. Nicely done here for New Zealand. Looks like some sort of injury there. I believe that's for Makaeli Tu'u. Quite funny because she actually plays the same position as Marina Makaeli Tu'u as well. Now, Coxedge goes back across. Ruby Tui's now got it. Sold the dummy, goes on the inside. Now beautiful offloads coming from the Black Ferns up to the halfway line. Great run forward. Going to be the replacement, number 19.
Oh, no.
You think that's knocked down deliberately? Clear, deliberate knock on. Do you want the honours? Of course, the referee gave it with a bit more, I guess, content. But it was a big run, slapped down by the try scorer, Evania Wong. And run was good, though, or good too. Wow, that Wallaroos scrum.
Yeah, the pair of them together, eh? Wasn't that criminal? Imran Khan and the other dude, Waka Yunus. They're pretty impressive.
Oh, they're checking for something else that is worthy of the card. So, I'm not sure who this is going to be against. Hey, we actually get to see in the TMO decisions. That's interesting. I didn't realize that the TMO actually had someone sitting next to them who goes through the footage. That's actually really cool to see. Okay, Shannon Perry. Did she do an illegal tackle? Oh, yeah, that's a bit high. This might be a yellow card, and anybody, let's have a try. Yeah, Ruth.
Is it 2 yellow cards?
They could get 2 yellow cards for the same move, yeah. maybe don't take it out just yet because they might want to see if it's a red here.
Nice.
There you go. Another try for the Black Ferns and doink, says Lim.
Oh, I'm not going to give anything.
No mitigation, though.
Oh, what does that mean?
I always get confused about mitigation.
And
I believe she might be in a bit of trouble. That's a yellow, says Harmony there. And yellow probably says annoy. And oh, whoops. You were 4 minutes ahead, says the Lim report.
yeah, got it pretty good.
See, that's interesting. Because I wonder how much, this is going to sound controversial, I wonder how much the person next to the TMO influences the TMO's decision.
I think
Yellow card number 7. You know, because, I mean, having someone chatting in your ear saying, did you see this angle? Did you see that one?
yeah, but they're only doing the angles. They're not actually doing the.
Yeah, which team got a card? Well, Australia have got 2 yellow cards now, so they're going to be playing like a league side. Only 13 women on the field. They're just preparing for next month's Rugby League World Cup. It might be this month's Rugby League World Cup, to be fair. A big moment in the game, it certainly is.
That is a big moment.
There was a ruse going on. Another one. There's Nathan, and one word describes this women's game, stamina. There's Ruth. Yeah, both sides have just been hectic out there on the field, although now Australia's stamina will be tested. Only having 13 on the field. They take the quick tap, New Zealand. They've decided they might as well try and pass the ball, please, Amy Duplessis. She loves running it, but the problem is she runs it. But that's it. You know? Gotta pass it. Top edge. Now goes back across. And also Brian Lara, Ambrose, and Walsh. And also we have got our Aussie down to 13. Come on, the Ferns. There's Lim. It's going to be a little knock on from New Zealand, though.
I that to come through there. Oh.
That's an angry face, isn't it?
Running this game.
Oh, so yeah, I think there's a practice game tonight for the Leagueies. And there certainly is. And New Zealand's game is actually going to be on YouTube live with them playing the Leeds Rhinos. And Black Ferns need to capitalise. There's Nov Mum, and also we were there. Donna, did you catch Michael Holding in his prime?
Yeah. I mean, I was a Curtly Ambrose fan, to be honest. He was. I watched him when Dean Jones said, take off your wristband because it was annoying him. And then he bowled the rest of the Aussies out, but Dean Jones said he never got him. But yeah, no, used to sit up all hours watching the West Indies play Aussie, and one day is awesome. You know, call to work the next morning. Geez, they were good.
And Portia's having a mare. She scored 2 tries. So, I mean, I guess if you go other than the 2 tries, yes, because she's got the ball a couple of times. But I would say that without her 2 tries, they're not as close back in this game as they are now. I need a draw, says King excited. Ooh, optimistic. Definitely if you backed it now for it to be a draw, because there are certainly going to be more points being scored in this matchup. And also we have got there, where are you, sweet as miss you? There's Ruth. And also watching Michael Holding and Malcolm Marshall, Joel Garner. And there says Lim.
Yeah. Didn't Malcolm Marshall do the elbow to old Fred Goodall in a test match?
Oh, Dad's yelling.
Colin Craft. Oh, yeah, it was too. Bombercroft, sorry. Bombercroft it was. Yep. I knew it was one of them.
And Portia actually brilliant. Yeah, I think she's had a very solid game throughout this matchup. Because that's the thing. If you take her 2 handling errors and you look at how many handling errors New Zealand have had, like, there's been a lot of them. So it wasn't just her, but yeah, her 2 very important tries have helped the Kiwis out big time. And also we have got there, how's it going, you reckon, says Jay. At the moment, it's a tough one to pick. With it being 17 all, New Zealand certainly have the advantage now. Ruby Tui going down the short side. Great step there from Tui. Let a fend as well. Moving only 10 metres out from the line. Coxedge goes back. Now it's going to be Ruiz trying to get close. Coxedge asks for a penalty again. Can't really expect anything else. Ruby Tui now just short. She tries to get up and go again. Movement, not quite. Now close. On the back this time. Looking for Portia here, although it looks like New Zealand used their forwards. And they go in and get the try in the 55th minute. And here we go, says Harmy there. And here we go. Says it was Novmum. And I'll say, yes, says a Rice. That is going to be Tangian Nohu. I believe it is. Was able to score the try. The replacement, Lucy Prop. Let's go New Zealand, says Nathan. And I also see Garfield Sobers indeed. Says
Viv Richards was pretty good watching on TV. I never watched the West Indies live, but we always wanted to go over to the Caribbean and watch them. They were awesome.
Met Portia's proud dad in Cape Town at the recent Sevens World Cup tournament. And yeah, that was only very recently. So the fact that so many of the players are adapting straight back to union.
Yeah.
You know, they always say that it helps with your stamina. Playing sevens, you just run everywhere. Absolutely awesome, Black Ferns. No turning back, ladies, and more, please, girls. And I'm here just for the cat. Just giving me, that's fair enough. He is quite the draw, I guess you could say, for the channel. But if you want access to a cat emoji, you sure to become a channel member. No, you don't have to. It's all good. But we do actually have a cat emoji there. And this game is giving me the runs. There's Distracted Sports. That one's gone over beautifully. Now, the score will be sitting 24 points to the 17. And also, let's get a win that makes others underestimate us, says Lex Axel.
Clive Lloyd was the best fielder. I watched, I think there's a video of him just chucking the stumps down every time. Sorry. Someone's asking that. We'll talk about cricket at the 2020.
Yeah, and also we have got a donation from Fred. Thank you very much, mate. Usually appreciate it. Yes. And discipline, composure, defence, the DCD. Yeah, New Zealand always come back. And also, I think that says all I need to say is Viv Richards. Yeah, all that's on the outside. Ruby Tui now going down the wing. She's got pace. She's dropped the ball though. Ruby. Ruby Tui puts it down. Stacey Flula, though, the chemistry between her and Ruby Tui.
She's Simmons as well.
She is indeed. Ruby Tui, she goes on the inside, dodges one. She got all excited there, and then the ball got knocked out of her hands. And also, we have got the I love Clive Lloyd, and was it Akram as the Lincolnshire Legends.
Oh, okay.
To Sebastian.
Cool. Yeah, you could watch videos of those guys all day, couldn't you? Those cricketers. Just awesome.
Chancellor doing very well at that last pitch tackle. Now to turn that over. So currently the 2 yellow cards. Still 5 minutes left for Australia. Still playing with 13. Was a great bowler. And there, as I says, Vix. Now it is going to be a scrum for Australia. Just outside of their own 22 here. And also here, the scoreboard is updating 30 seconds before you announce the score, says Newland.
Oh.
There you go. That is just to show how poor Spark Sport is. No, sorry. Can't say that. One day they'll probably...
It was a free subscription and we'll back it all the way.
That's the problem. They do always have such a delay of their coverage. I don't know why it is. Tackles, 117 apiece. They look on the fresher team. I would say New Zealand, mainly because Australia are currently playing with 13 and they've gone down with another injury here. Amanda the Ferns need some ball handling practice for the next game, says the long report. Yeah, they've had a lot of handling errors throughout this game. I think a lot of teams are going to be rusty, though, in their opening game. It's just a shame that the opening game, in some regards, some of these sides is pretty much make or break. Yeah. Like New Zealand, they were lucky. They got to verse Japan, and that game almost putting on 100 points. In this game, it just has been a little bit of a different intensity level that we're seeing from the Wallaroos. Going down in the front row. It's a free kick to New Zealand for the knee going down for Australia. 3Ds, discipline, defence, and tackles. Says Nathan. Tell us how did you meet you lady, Hamish? Down at the shearing shed. That's how I imagine all South Islanders meet, says Distracted Sports. Nah, it wasn't. It was... I've never been in a shearing shed in my life. No, I have. I just... Yeah, but I don't do anything in it, no.
Oh, no one does.
You just sit there. You go... sheep in it. Yeah. But no, just through mutual friends. Pretty much.
She's really interested.
Yes.
You'll just have to wait and see.
Another try for the Black Ferns, says no mum. In the prediction, and sorry, holding back, Gareth. There's we ain't won yet. Yes, it's weird as 20 minutes left on the clock now. The Black Ferns looking to go off the short side. Now big run forward. Doesn't find the offload to Ruby Tui. Shane Warne should have been knighted. There's Obi there. Although it's one of those ones that you can never predict the unpredictable, I guess. So he probably one day could have been knighted. But it's just he was gone too soon. Coxhead just gone down. She's not happy. She's complaining. What's new? I didn't realise she was such a complainer.
She's a halfback. Most halfbacks like that.
Yeah, but like just
yeah, because the refs get pissed off.
Yeah, the referee's never going to give you a penalty if you're constantly going, this one on. You know, like you got to do it nicely. And you're not even the captain. Now Fleur going on the outside pass up to Portia Woodman. And she scores the try. That's the hat trick. Now, much as the delay on Spark, your scoreboard is now 2 minutes ahead of me. There's the Lim report. I actually moved it so that the scoreboard wouldn't update so that I didn't spoil that try for you guys. Don't underestimate any team. There's Buttermick exactly right. Portia Woodman having a chat with Shani Williams, Seven's friends.
Okay.
You know? And also, yes, a try to New Zealand, says Lim. And that pass from Stacey Fuller goes. There's Rice.
She's cutting them up, isn't she?
Beautifully done. Here's boy, I mean girl. Says the straight disposal. And also, we're going to Murali. And needs to have a statue in every Sri Lankan town, maybe Akuma Sangakkara as well. And also blasting it, says Hami. So this has really been a costly 2 yellow cards for the Australians here. And also says Dallin and Bracewell, worst LEW ever. Says Vix. And already given a yellow card. Stacey Ugem and hat trick for Portia. Love it. She's always up there for try scorers. And I think she's seen what the English winger was able to do. And said, nah, not happening. I'm going to try and get up. Because English winger got 3 or 4 in the end. She managed 4 before she went off.
4, yeah. I think New Zealand are crumbling in the bloody cricket.
Important kick here for Holmes. Didn't quite have the distance last time. That is better. That's a good strike. And it's gone over. And now it's going to make the score 31 points to 17 along middle in the middle.
Sorry, Billy, I'll wake you up.
You know, that is very plumb in the cricket. The LBW of Michael Bracewell, but 18 minutes left in this game. New Zealand currently with a little bit more of a lead. Now 14 points. The difference between this and how the game started is huge. And Portia is a machine. And let's go Ferns. Great work, the Ferns. Got to give it to the Ferns. We were looking at a choke. That's no joke. Says Sweet is. And now as well. That's the thing. Anyone who did go to sleep early because they thought they were going to lose would have been missing some very good plays from the Black Ferns at this point in time. Man, who got a countdown. Beautiful score. There's Golden Guest. And don't forget that Countdown also a beautiful store. They've got plenty of food there, don't they? I've recently discovered online shopping and it's absolutely fantastic. I could have stuff arrive tomorrow morning if I wanted to. I won't, but I could. You know? Are you going to cover any Football World Cup games later this year? We certainly are. We're hoping to do maybe not all of them, but a few of them scattered throughout there as well. I'm back down the field. Now Ferns says Army there. And I had it 40-22, says Golden Guest. I said New Zealand to win by 8. So I'm a little bit worried about that score. I did say New Zealand 30, Australia 22, though. So, you know, if Australia get themselves an unconverted try right, 2 sin binners back out on the field. They've paid for their grievances. And also saying you should have a statue in every city that plays cricket. There's Gareth there. And go the Black Ferns. Mean Portia, says Robert. Yeah, the hat trick for Portia Woman in this game. She has been class throughout. Now an important throw. It's going to be Ponsonby. It's an awkward line out. It seemed like there was a bit of miscommunication. That looked a bit high from Roos, but it's going to be all right just for now. Now Australia start to get another attack going. Good low tackle made by DeMar.
That's Apple. That's Apple. Oh.
I don't think she quite. He was trying, though. Now nice pass on the outside. Bit of a step down the wing for Wong.
I've kept her one in the second half.
Oh, kick high. and
Out on the
almost,
full.
out on the full. Weird tactic.
Very much so. No one was chasing it.
No, I don't think anyone realised it was happening. Also, will you do New Zealand bowling innings after this year's Obi? Probably not. I don't think I'll quite have enough time to get it all set up. And also, I will have to probably go to sleep so that I can wake up for the 5 a.m. game. Chapman's just lost his wicket as well. Black Ferns will win by 41. Here's Clayton there and high from the Wallaroos in there as well. Welcome in, Shane. Hope you're doing very well. Hey, Bill's back.
Who?
Bill. He's turned German. Fair enough. No wonder he's so angry.
Chill out, mate.
Back across. I don't even know that people in Germany like rugby that much. Now, going to be a pass across. Amy Duplessis finds the offload again. This is where New Zealand start to become dangerous. Just that frantic offloading. Australia trying to shut it down as soon as they can. Red in there as well. Well, we haven't seen a red card yet, Earl. Just the yellows. Now kicked him on by Ruby too. It looked like it was going to be too far, but just is. And then today, about $100 for the score. New Zealand 45, Australia. And Earl's just trying to find every controversial topic. It's better though, Earl, because it's better than just an insult. Like at least you almost get to stick around for a bit. Mummy of a swear, I'll donate $10 for an F-bomb. She's already said the F-bomb on this live stream. All you need to go back to is the second try for Australia scoring. She drops it like there's no tomorrow.
And I did it before then as well.
That one hasn't gone that far for the Australians. And he was you mocking the Black Ferns live podcast yesterday, sweet as you will. Now, quite a heavy bit of contact, wasn't it? Cox edge. Now goes off, didn't see it. This is great spots as well. Now Stacey Flula steps nicely. And 30 metres out now. Cox edge goes short to the try scorer.
Our forwards have played well in the second half.
Really kept that go forward moving forward, really. Now down the wing, even Stacey Flula backs for those metres carried have even been able to creep up a few more. Cox edge now goes back again. It will be Ponsonby. And also the M, says Earl. Cox edge milks that one. Double blow of the whistle.
Oh.
She knows what she's... Nah. That's a fair comment from the referee. Yeah. She said, yes, she's offside, but you're a better player than that just to chuck it into it. She has been told. The Men's Rugby World Cup will surely be the most wide open ever. Yeah, there's about 6 to 8 teams currently who could have a decent chance of making their way through to pretty much that final, really. It'll be awesome. Here we go. Says Harmy there. I think Black Ferns might score soon. There's a Nov Mum there as well. That's going to be the bold of Ish Sodi, well bowled by Wazim. Okay, Stacey Flula. She all right? Is she gonna? Yeah, she is going to be going off now.
I think she's a wee bit sore, but
okay. Michaeli who's coming back out onto the field, and Chubik replaces Portia Woodman. Still a very happy lady. Stacey Flula, what a star! Here's the Lim report there.
Well, very much.
There'll be quite a crowd. Eden Park at this stage, I would think as well. She'll be very happy with that one. They're on with their poise as well. So New Zealand, they've got the penalty. I believe they'll kick it for the corner. 15 minutes left, like they have said. Does the cat prefer rugby or cricket? I think he prefers rugby, mainly because he sometimes comes in for Chiefs games and sometimes Crusaders matches, but doesn't really come in for the cricket too often. Although he probably doesn't know what each of them are. I guess a rugby ball's easier to pick up than a cricket ball, though, isn't it? When you're watching it. Now line out for Ponsonby. Throws the ball in, nicely taken by New Zealand. Bit of a set play here, opening up for the Black Ferns. Reynolds has a carry. 5 metres out from the line now, Cox edge. Passes it, it's going to be dropped by the big prop. She's not happy. She's going to probably hit someone soon. I think she was more worried about bumping off rather than catching, though. She kind of looked like she was putting the arms up, getting ready to tussle and sing to the tune of six bomb, F-bomb, F-bomb. Mum, give us an F-bomb. And there. And Earl is struggling. I think words are hard, aren't they? I understand. And also we got that downtown now. And I was like, yep, need to work on those hands, says the Lim report. And man, good call to put it into touch. One more try. We'll put this to bed and come on. The Wallaroos do the basic, says Spider Mech.
Oh, he was happy as in the first half.
You told him to sit down, didn't you? Or was that the other game? That was the English guy, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, Cox Edge going to be going off the field now. You didn't sing it. Can't sing very well. That is one thing I have worked out in my time. It was like Earl is clearly going through a divorce or something, target eliminated. Although to go through a divorce, he has to first get a wife, and I don't see that happening. That's very harsh, isn't it?
Oh, it was.
That was a bit too brutal. Sorry,
Yeah,
Earl, you're better than that.
But it all looks as though he needs some home truth.
Some glue is needed for those hands. Why couldn't I see Earl's messages? Good question. I don't know. Unless Sebastian maybe timed him out. You must be very proud of you. There's Martin there, and I'm relying on your live stream for the score because I'm watching the delayed version. And then New Zealand, that's going to be a try. That's actually a yellow card for a lady who's already got a yellow card, I would think, for a high tackle. So this might be a bit of trouble. They might once they look at a replay, but Ruby Tui in the corner scores another one for the Black Ferns. So first of the day, and who's Earl? Where's Earl? There's Obi there. Tries to try New Zealand and touchdown Tui there as well. Or a try, so that's called. And Rugby C, a little bit high. Probably could have been a penalty if she hadn't made it over. It might be all right. And I couldn't see them until he got carded. Had a bit of a high shot there. Should be a card in my opinion. And heck yeah, cheers, Billy. Cheers, Mark. And Woohoo girls are solid. And he's gone, ladies and gents. Takes into the unknown void. Poor Earl.
He's started down well since he's here.
Hazel Schwick lining up this kick. Deep breath. Now you'd have to say this kick doesn't matter completely.
No.
But it would still be useful. That one's not the distance. It's going to be short.
That's a pretty tough kick for a lady from the sidelines.
I guess so.
When I was trying to kick him there.
What a comeback from 17-0 down, says Cooper Cronk. It's back there, right, 100% a yellow card. And there says the report, Wallaroos, hybrid form still yet to be spotted, mistakenly for the Tasmanian Tiger. No old day, says Hamey. And now as well, New Zealand doing well to get that ball back off the kickoff. Now back across, another knock on from that number 18.
Yeah,
gives Australia the chance.
Pass.
What pass? Okay. Does two S words count as an F? Do let me know, Distracted Sports.
Ruby Tui's not going to let it go.
About 5 there as well from Ruby Tui. It's Sir Henry, a coach too. Yeah, Graham Henry, is he still coaching?
I don't know if he's still coaching. He did the match fit one.
That was a man Ruby's body going to be sore. She's had some big hits. Same with Portia Woodman. Because she just pretty much bulldozed herself straight over the top. One more try.
Aren't they, really?
And also Executive Cooper, they were down 17-0. That's pretty terrible by the Wallaroos. First we try shifted the momentum completely. Says a bit. I guess it makes sense now why the Wallaroos were only $1.70 favourites. But I guess anyone who would have put money on the Black Ferns if they were paying like $6 would have been rich by now.
It's just, you could tell the Black Ferns were nervous to start with, though. They had to get back into it, and they did.
Now, Australia, they've got this ball. 3 converted tries in the next 9 minutes. They win this game. Back across. How come? It's possible.
Don't.
Now back across. A few miles restrained from swearing. I wonder if that was coming through before or after she swore twice. Now,
they can't have been listening.
Back across. And spanking was banned 10 years ago, mate. Spanking. And some of those Canadian girls there's Obi with the facial expression. Now back across Australia. Using their backline now. I'm more on the outside. Shining Williams still out there because I haven't seen that like rainbow headgear in a long time. And Iraq, nice work from Australia to just Managed to keep that one. It's a knock on. No, it went backwards, they say. And now it's picked up by Wallaroos. For the offload, New Zealand keeping it alive. Hamish Black has 147 for 8 in the first innings. They were indeed. Oh, mate, there's a young lady in Coke commentary. This is my mother, Johan. And also the cat is with us for this one. It's a whole family affair almost, isn't it? Yeah, there's my mum. She will be joining me for hopefully quite a few other Women's Rugby World Cup games because she is a woman.
Young lady. She's haven't been called a young lady in about 50 years.
I was about to say when you were a baby almost. But also, oh, did Mum swear I missed it? It just was, yeah, she dropped a couple in a row.
Just go on about it. Yeah, I was a bit antsy in the first half. Happy now.
Don't hear a bad influence. Now you've got Hamish's mum swearing. There's Gareth, and I think we might just win. On Mum there. Seems like it might just be a few too many points for Australia to fire back. 2 more tries for Australia. They get the bonus point for 4 tries. And then also alongside that, if Australia can get within 7, moving up to 29 points, 2 more tries there, they will get another bonus point. So they would actually find themselves getting 2 points for this game, but they need 2 tries in the next 7 minutes. It's going to be pretty tricky to do. Nice inside ball. Quick hands. Here goes Ruby Tui. She's going to be 1-on-1 back in the pace. And she goes in for the try again, Ruby Tui. She is fired up. And that's going to be another try to the Black Ferns. I think when he's drunk, there's over there and also over there, which isn't win. There's a Gareth for that one. And the game's starting to turn in favour for the Ferns now. And also the try from Tui again.
Nice.
Pure pace on the outside. Great inside ball, though.
Yeah.
Credit also needs to go to the Monk because she saw that gap opening up. She gave it to Ruby Tui and managed to go around the outside. How many points for the win? Says Bottomix. I believe it is 4 points for the win, 1 more for the bonus point that the Black Ferns have got for themselves. So they will be sitting on 5 points and they will be top of the table, I would think, for their group anyway. At this stage, and maybe at the end of the round. Ruby Tui, yay, baby.
I see your Black wingers are watching this.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but they need the centres to pass it to them first, don't they? True. Rico, you've been watching. Sorry, it's harsh, isn't it? But
you won't be watching, will you?
You might be. No, Chubik, another kick from the sideline. This is pretty much like a miracle strike if she gets enough of this. Kind of trying to get behind her, though. The one of the match, you got a Ruby Gold. Striking it, and it's short. The accuracy's there.
Yeah.
It's just the distance.
The distance, yeah.
Quite there either. And try. And go to the Black Ferns. There's a little C. So meters gained 50, tackles made 10, and 2 tries for Ruby Tui. It's between her and Portia Woodman, I'd say, and maybe an honourable mention of Stacey Flula. Roy Nyauza, says T. And also we have there. Point time, says Nathan. Kicked off short. Australia retained. And that is also a name we haven't seen in a while. Tarita. She scored 2 tries. No, sorry. She had 1 disallowed, didn't she? Oh, no, she didn't. It's just the kicks don't go over as often. Never mind. 3 tries. So Australia actually only need 1 more try to get themselves the bonus point. It's going to be another penalty, though. 1 more for the bonus point and we're done. There's Clayton there as well. Although they have already secured it. Of course, 3 tries or more than your opposition is for Super Rugby, not for this one, though. And do Black Ferns win? There's a very high chance that they do win from here, yes. Exactly what we needed to face adversity and make a comeback, says Sweet Ass. Oh, thanks for the stream, 99. Says a Lim report. We will see you later on, mate. That one's gone into touch for the Black Ferns. 4 minutes left. Do you think there's still 1 more in the gas tank for the Ferns? Second half penalties conceded, though. 5 against Australia compared to the 1. And also for the Cat Lover, says Kiwi Media. Thank you very much. That Billy, you get him a nice can of chicken butt. Ooh. He's asleep.
He doesn't give a shit.
Now is going to be a line out for Ponsonby. Throws it in. Nicely taken by New Zealand. The game, well, this game is a farce. The refereeing is the worst I've seen in over 200 years of rugby, says Master Mal. Yeah, you'd have to say definitely Wallaroos should have been penalised a lot more. I agree, Master Mal. I know he's true and true Wallabies fan. He'll hate that. He really will. Yeah. Flying wide. There's Hammy and also, yeah, Ruby, let's go. Black Ferns. New Zealand got the bonus point. As per usual, great stream, but wow, it's tough to watch my girls get robbed blind. Says Master Mal. Mm. Okay. Oh, another big run. They've the offloads, they just don't quite work for them there. Do New Zealand win set tied? They do, yes. But they still have another 3 minutes left. Hopefully this refereeing team are banished. Here's Master Melt. They're probably from us. No, they're not from Australia, from South Africa. Is she ref or is she ref or he ref? It is she ref from South Africa. And Drew, been around for 200 years, welcomed to 2022. And there's it wouldn't be a Master Mel comment without a dig at the opposition team who have outplayed his team. Just the thing, you know. Our master of cheap, ridiculous excuses is back. Says Sebastian. Yeah, he's got quite the reputation, as you can see. Early Chancellor. Blindside flanker for the Aussies. And, bro, we gave you a 3-try head start. WGF happened. Is sweet as there. Now about to be thrown in. Under the front were the Wallaroos. It wasn't straight, though. Now, Australia, they're going to get another chance to defend, unfortunately. Only 2.5 minutes left of this matchup. It looks like New Zealand should be able to get themselves the win here. And then from there, they move on to face either Wales or Scotland in their next full stage group. That will be next weekend. And I'm hoping to cover that on the channel. And by then, I may have just bought my mum a Black Ferns kit. How about that?
What?
A Black Ferns kit. I think we could get it to arrive by next week.
You reckon?
Yeah. Say so. And great night listening to the Kiwi Lads podcast. Go Black, go. And the Black Ferns says, Shane, do appreciate you being here, mate. And yeah, look forward to seeing you in a future one. Anyone who's up at 5 a.m. New Zealand time or a decent hour overseas, we are going to be covering the game between the Sharks and Leinster. That one's going to be scheduled pretty much straight after this game. And then I am going to be heading to bed for a few hours before. And here comes another try, says Harmy there. Now, out the back line, nice pass.
Oh.
Drop ball, though. Now they're going back for another penalty in favour of New Zealand. So the disciplines really let Australia down in the second half, giving away about 7 or 8 penalties compared to the one of the Black Ferns. Aussie 14 is stares sweet as there. So that would be Bieni Tarita. I believe she has scored the double today. Oh, big shot on her, and it's going to be the knock-on as well in the process. Amy Duplessis, I mean, if that's not a case of maybe you should have passed, I don't know what is. I feel bad because she's probably a nice person, but she just ball-hogged, isn't it? Now back across Australia. One more pass. Now great step from Tarita. Finds the offload now to a Chancellor. Australia look like they still want one more in their gas tank. Who will get the next try? Well, the last try says no, but I think Australia might be able to get themselves one more. And definitely with the way that this is opening up, great step up the middle now. Number 22 for Australia. She's all by herself, but she's got pace. And she's still trying her absolute best counter-ruck. From it was demand, and it might just work out for the Kiwis. No, great pickup there by Grace Hamilton. Managed to protect that one very well. We haven't had too many injuries throughout this game, which is awesome to see. Mainly Stacey Flula, I think. It's the only one who may have picked up some sort of injury throughout this game. No hands. She's gone in. Wait, spoke too soon. Play on, says the ref. That's a bit of an interesting call because I would have thought that Australia, if they knew that they might have ended up now, it's going to be the penalty against the Australian number 16.
Just kick it out.
And Aussie 7s or 14 from 7s too. Says that it was from Sweet As. And also we have got there like a Fern ladies, says Mariana and Black Fern. So lucky the 7 sisters do the job for them. Says Paramika Mahinitoa. But that's the thing, before the 7th circuit, they were probably dreaming of playing Union in a Rugby World Cup as well. That's kicked in a touch by Sarah Coxedge. And that will be the end of the game. 41 points to 17. The Black Ferns victoria, scoring 41 unanswered points over the Wallaroos after going 17-0 down. Good evening, says Shadow Hunter. And I was like, welcome to mate. Hope you are doing very well. Did you just say, see, are you leaving?
It's full time.
It's full time, yes. What? Okay, well done. Thanks for that, says Oscar the Pug. So, yeah, our second Women's Rugby World Cup live stream of the day. We will be back next week for more games of the Rugby Sevens World Cup. I believe one of the games is going to be, oh, sorry, not the Sevens World Cup, the Women's World Cup. One of the games is going to be Fiji versus South Africa. Could be a very awesome one. See how it goes, and well done, says Amy. And also, we have got their Black Ferns top class. Says Clayton there. Now, let's go. There's Isaac there as well. And the backs can't do anything if the forwards aren't doing their job, says Cooper Croft. Exactly right. I think that's where New Zealand definitely made up the ground in the second half. I think very well indeed. But nonetheless, I guess that is going to be the end of this live stream. If you guys did enjoy, be sure to leave a like and subscribe. Like I mentioned, at 5 a.m., I'm going to be back on the channel by myself doing the live stream for Leinster versus the Sharks. Gotta love a late night live stream, don't you?
Yeah, you do.
Excellent stuff, Amish and Donna. See you next time. Big love and respect. Oi. And great games to Shane. And now I now believe. Says Sweet As. The likes QLad Sports. There's Nathan. And that was our job. Well done, Black Ferns, and well done, girls. And a lot to work on now. Exactly right. They've got a week, though, to be able to work out what they need to do. Love it when you well done, Kiwi mums. There's Distracted Sports in there as well.
Cheers, mate.
That will go towards her Heineken. And can your mum do the broadcast alone? No offense, but she's easier to look at, says Newland. I am not offended one bit.
No, I can't, because I don't talk as much as he does.
I mean, I could be off the side like this, and I could just talk while you're the one that they see.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, just random. Or you could try and like sync it with your mouth. We're going to do the outro, okay? Oh, another donation. Is that on one of the World Cup? Thank you very much, guys. Right, you ready?
No.
But nonetheless, thank you all very much for tuning in. If you did enjoy, be sure to leave a like and subscribe. Also, if you haven't already, be sure to check out the Kiwi Lads Sport and the Kiwi Lads Gaming. The link is in the chat below that I have just put there. Oh, sorry, that randomly popped up in the chat. Nonetheless, if you are new, be sure to leave a like and subscribe. Hit that like button. You've stopped doing it. I guess I'll come back now. Yeah. Nonetheless, thank you very much for tuning in, and we will see you all for the next one.